with physical defense she's faced at the professional level and voiced frustration with the league's officiating, recently telling reporters, quote, "I feel like I'm getting hammered and everybody is physical with me."
Foul call. No refs stopping the game to go, is this a flagrant? None of that. Just everybody moved on.
Caitlin Clark just dropped a bomb on the WNBA. ESPN is freaking out because she's leaving for Europe. Can you believe it? The rookie who broke every record is saying goodbye to the league that made her famous. But why? What pushed her to make such a crazy move? Let's talk about how wild this is. Clark was supposed to be the face of the WNBA. She was breaking records left and right, making the Indiana Fever must-see TV. Now she's packing her bags for Europe? That's insane. You know what's crazier? There's more to this story than just basketball. Clark faced some real challenges in the WNBA. Imagine being a superstar but feeling like you're not getting the respect you deserve. That's what we're dealing with here. This isn't just about Caitlin. It's about the whole WNBA and women's basketball. What happens when your biggest star leaves? How does the league bounce back? And what does this mean for other young players watching Clark make this bold move? The game is changing, and we're all along for the ride. While everyone's talking about Clark's departure, let's rewind to see why it's such a big deal. What if I told you that Clark's rookie season wasn't just good? It was historic in ways that even the WNBA's biggest stars couldn't match. Let's break down the numbers, and you'll see why Clark's impact was nothing short of revolutionary. Picture this. Before Clark, the Indiana Fever were struggling to fill seats. We're talking about 3,000 fans per game. That's like a high school gym on a good night. But then Clark shows up, and boom, suddenly they're packing in 177,000 fans per game. That's not just growth, that's an explosion.
Surprised me, and I think the WNBA this year, the ratings are going to be great, and the better she is, the higher that league is going to climb.
Yeah, but it wasn't just about putting butts in seats. Clark was rewriting the record books faster than the printers could keep up. She set the WNBA record for assists in a season with 337. That's like she was playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers. And points? She was involved in 1,520 points scored or assisted. That's not just carrying a team. That's like she was the whole team. You think that's impressive? Hold on to your hats because Clark wasn't done. She scored 769 points as a rookie, more than any other first-year player in WNBA history. And from downtown, she drained 120 three-pointers, another rookie record. It's like she had cheat codes or something. Now, let's talk about star power. You know you've made it when your jersey is flying off the shelves faster than free t-shirts at a game.
Caitlin Clark had the highest selling jersey on draft night of any athlete in any sport in the company's history. Now, it's not like Fanatics has been doing this forever, but
Clark's time on the court, they're trying to stay stocked with Hawkeye merchandise, and they say her popularity is not diminishing anytime soon.
Clark's jersey sales didn't just top the charts, they rewrote them. She outsold WNBA legends like Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi. We're talking about the top-selling jersey in league history for a rookie. That's not just popular, that's icon status. But here's where it gets really wild. Clark wasn't just a big deal in the WNBA. She was pulling in viewers like a magnet. Her game against the New York Liberty, it drew 1.5 million viewers. That's more than some NBA games.
Men, women, black, white, whatever. It was like, wow, there's something special about her and what she does and, you know, raising the game.
This time through, I mean, we didn't have nearly enough in stock for just the regular jersey t-shirts and whatnot. And then it's just been nonstop orders.
Let that sink in for a second. A rookie in the WNBA was outperforming established NBA matchups in viewership. That's not just breaking the glass ceiling, that's shattering it into 1 million pieces. Even in her final game of the season, Clark was putting on a show. Against the Connecticut Sun, she dropped 29 points, dished out 10 assists, and grabbed 7 rebounds. It was like watching a highlight reel in real time. And you know what she said after all this? The fun part is, I feel like I'm just scratching the surface. Can you imagine what she could do if she's just getting started? Just when you thought Clark was unstoppable, the game changed. How does a rising star cope when her own league seems unprepared for her brilliance? The answer might surprise you. You'd think being the hottest rookie in WNBA history would be all champagne and confetti, right? Well, think again. For Caitlin Clark, life at the top came with some serious baggage. We're talking about the kind of stuff that makes you wonder if success is worth the price. Picture this, you're breaking records left and right, fans are going crazy, and your jersey is flying off the shelves. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? But here's the kicker. While Clark was lighting up the scoreboard, she was also getting lit up on the court, and not in a good way. Clark didn't hold back when she talked about her experience. She said, and I quote, "I feel like I'm getting hammered, and everybody is physical with me, and opponents get away with things that other people don't get away with."
With physical defense she's faced at the professional level and voiced frustration with the league's officiating, recently telling reporters, quote, "I feel like I'm getting hammered and everybody is physical with me."
Upset about. It's like, hey man, your meal ticket is under constant attack. There's been dirty plays all season.
Can you believe that? The league's biggest star feeling like she's got a target on her back every game. But wait, it gets worse. Clark described herself as feeling like a punching bag out there.
The people coming up with excuses to hate Caitlin Clark and the new fan base that she brought.
A punching bag? That's not what you expect to hear from someone who's supposed to be the face of the league, is it? And where were the refs in all this? According to Clark, they weren't doing much to protect her. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but basketball is a physical sport, right? Sure, but there's physical, and then there's what Clark was dealing with. It's like the league didn't know how to handle a star of her magnitude.
Swats at the basketball and somehow decides to turn her hand down and her fingernails and jab them right into the eye of Caitlin Clark.
Is on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league. And she's a rookie.
They had this incredible talent bringing in record viewership and ticket sales, but they couldn't figure out how to keep her safe on the court. Now, and that's not even the worst of it. You know how they say success breeds jealousy? Well, Clark got a front row seat to that show. Some people couldn't just appreciate her talent. Nope, they had to make it about race, trying to say her popularity was about something other than her skills.
Caitlin Clark was assaulted yesterday in her very first playoff game in the WNBA. Foul call. No refs stopping the game to go look. Is this a flagrant? None of that. Just everybody moved on.
But Clark wasn't having it. She shut that down real quick, saying, "I put in the work. Boom. End of story." But here's the real kicker. All this drama wasn't just happening on the court. Clark was dealing with personal attacks, harassment from fans, and media. It was like a perfect storm of toxicity, and she was right in the middle of it. And where was the WNBA in all this? Good question. For a league that talks a big game about inclusivity and supporting its players, they sure dropped the ball when it came to protecting their biggest star. While the WNBA fumbled, another league was waiting in the wings with open arms. Ever wonder why some of the best women's basketball players in the world choose to play overseas? Clark's about to show us exactly why. And it's not just about the money. Let's talk about what's waiting for Caitlin in Europe. It's like she's stepping into a whole new world of basketball. First off, the protection on the court, it's way better. No more feeling like a punching bag every game. That's gotta be a relief for Clark after the beating she took in the WNBA. But here's where it gets really juicy. The salary? It's not even in the same league. Clark's rookie salary in the WNBA was around $70,000. In Europe, we're talking big money, like way bigger. It's no wonder so many WNBA stars spend their off seasons playing overseas. And don't forget about the challenge. Clark's already conquered college ball and made her mark in the WNBA. Europe is a whole new frontier. New teams, new playing styles, new competitors. It's like leveling up in a video game, but for real. Now, ESPN and the WNBA, they're losing their minds over this. And can you blame them? Clark was their golden goose. She boosted attendance, merchandise sales went through the roof, and TV ratings off the charts. Losing her is like losing the star of your biggest TV show. But this isn't just about Caitlin Clark, it's about the whole WNBA. They had a once-in-a-generation talent, and they couldn't keep her happy. That's got to sting. It's raising some serious questions about how the league treats its stars. Are they doing enough to keep their best players, or are they taking them for granted? Think about it. If Clark can walk away, who's next? The WNBA might be facing a talent drain if they don't step up their game, and fast. You know what's wild? Clark's move to Europe isn't just shaking up basketball, it's sending a message. It's like she's saying, hey, I know my worth, do you? It's a power move that could change how women's basketball operates worldwide. Imagine if more WNBA stars followed Clark's lead. We could see a shift in power from the US to Europe. The WNBA might have to up their game to keep their talent. Better salaries, better protection, maybe even a longer season. It's like Clark just fired the first shot in a basketball revolution. But here's the million-dollar question. Is this the end of Clark's WNBA career, or just a detour? Will she come back stronger, with more leverage? Or will Europe become her new home court? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure. Caitlin Clark isn't just changing the game on the court, she's changing it off the court too. Caitlin Clark's journey is like a rocket launch. She went from college superstar to WNBA sensation, breaking records left and right. Now she's off to Europe. And it's not just about basketball. This move shows Clark is taking control of her career. Think about it. She faced challenges in the WNBA, feeling like a punching bag on the court. But instead of just dealing with it, she's making a bold move. It's like she's saying, I know my worth and I'm not settling. Here's the big question. Will Clark's decision force the WNBA to change how they treat their stars? It's not just about her anymore. This could shake up women's basketball worldwide. Clark isn't just changing the game on the court. She might be changing the whole playbook for women's sports. The future of basketball just got a lot more interesting.